This channel is for adults and not for kids. Hey guys, thanks for stopping back by. So today on my lunch break, I went up to Walmart, which is just down the street from my job, and I found one of these new Goosebumps figures. Now, if truth be told, I am not a Goosebumps fan. You know, when the Goosebumps were popular, I was in my 20s, you know, and I wasn't really the target audience for reading Goosebumps. But, you know, working at Toys R Us, we carried a lot of the Goosebumps books, and then the merchandise that came out also, we carried a lot of that stuff. So, you know, I was exposed to it, and every now and then I thought they had a really cool monster design. So I don't have any sort of like sentimental attachments to it the way that a lot of people do, but you guys know that I am a huge fan of monsters and monster toys, so far be it from me to turn down a good looking action figure. Like I said, these are from Trick or Treat, and I gotta say, this is probably the coolest fucking packaging that I've seen in a long time. The boxes actually look like books. There's bent pages on the bottom. It says Trick or Treat down there in the corner. But the whole thing is designed to look like a book, like one of the little kid books. And that is pretty awesome. Like, this is all a box, but so this is the one that I got. I got the Mummy. And the other one that I think I would like to get is that really cool looking Scarecrow. I think that if I touched up his paint job with some washes and a little bit of dry brushing, I could get that thing to just look awesome. It's a good looking sculpt, but yeah, with a little bit of love in the paint department, that thing will just straight come to life. So I'm gonna keep my eyes open for the Scarecrow, but you know, the Mummy was the one that I really wanted, and the reason why I wanted him is because, to me, he looks a lot like the Mummy from the Johnny Quest TV show. You know, the episode on Johnny Quest when it's got that mummy that's walking through the desert, you know? This mummy looks a lot like him to me. Now, I haven't done anything to the paint job yet. It's Friday night, and Thor and I are watching horror movies right now. I just took a break to come and film this. Tomorrow I have some painting that I have to do. I have a Savage Crucible figure that I have to customize, and I will probably turn my sights on this guy after the Savage Crucible figure. The only thing I think I'm gonna do is just give it a little bit of a wash, like a dark gray wash, to get in between the bandages. They did a good job though. He's not pristine white. He does have a wash on him. I just want to bring it out a little bit more. But they did do a good job. Like I said, this is Trick or Treat Studios, and Trick or Treat Studios is putting out a lot of really cool product lately. If I had one complaint about Trick or Treat Studios, it's that their scale that they work with is all over the fucking place. They're doing 3 3/4 inch figures, like that Scared to Death Sinjanor that I have on order, or their Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think he's, I think he is like maybe 4 inches also. And then you have these Goosebumps figures, which I think these are like 5 inch. Then they also do 8 inch. They do 1/6 scale, so like 12 to 13 inches. Like they're kind of all over the place. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know what scale that Leatherface is. I think he's either the 3 3/4 inch or he might be the 5 inch. I'm not exactly sure. But the point I'm trying to make is that they're all over the frickin' place when it comes to scale. And I wish they could just kind of like, you know, get into that 6 inch scale and, you know, the 1/12 scale and just sort of stay there, because they've got some really good sculptors working for them. Their figures look good. It's just that, you know, these 5 inch figures, they don't really go with anything else, you know. I am looking forward to putting this guy alongside with the Jada Toys Scooby-Doo mummy that's coming out. These guys have, I think, just like 5 points of articulation. Their arms, his little mummy legs, and his head, you know. But you guys are probably sick of hearing me say that I'm more of a sculpt guy than an articulation guy, so that doesn't really bug me. But I know a lot of people like to see the articulation that they have. I know I get shitty comments from people who are like, you didn't show the points of articulation, followed by the other fucking annoying comment that I get, you didn't put it next to another figure, so I don't know the scale. You didn't do any comparisons. So here is my custom kick-ass Mythic Legions mummy that I made. I know you guys are probably getting sick of seeing him, but it turned out so good. Whenever I have a chance to show off this mummy, I will. But yeah, you know, that's your standard Mythic Legions figure, and they're kind of short. And this little dude is like 5 inches tall. I guess the Mythic Legions are technically 6 inch, but they run a little shorter than other 6 inch figures, I think. Maybe that's about the same size as the G.I. Joe Classified series. Anyway, that's a tale of two mummies. But yeah, I just wanted to show off this new Goosebumps mummy. He comes with a cool little stand, which that is a recreation of the cover of his book, The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. And it's kind of on this little slime base. There's also a peg down here. The mummy has holes on his feet, so you can attach him on there if you want to. Like that. He doesn't need it though. You guys saw he's been standing just fine without it. But that is there. So he's got this little slimy base. And what was the other thing he came with? Oh, he does come with a Build-A-Piece figure. I haven't opened it up yet, but this skeleton leg. So there is they have this silly little mascot. It's a skeleton with a mohawk. And I don't think that figure is articulated. Once you put him together, I think he's just like a solid little piece. But yeah. So he comes with a little piece, a little Build-A-Figure piece, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to setting this guy up alongside the Jada Toys Scooby-Doo mummy, because I think they'll look really, really cool next to each other. And you can never get enough cool mummy toys. You know? I like the way they did his little mummy face. Looks cool. Does look very Scooby-Doo-ish to me. Doom, doom, doom. Do 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 do. Raggy, mummy. But yeah, really reminds me of the Johnny Quest mummy. And you know, if you're an old school monster fan like myself, then you guys know which mummy I'm talking about, and he's definitely cool. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and if Thor and I can scrounge up some more monsters for you guys to check out this weekend, I'll be back. All right, man, hang in there. If you want one of these, go to your local Walmart. They are out there right now. I also think he's available at Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Trick or Treat Studios, and maybe even Amazon. So you guys got your choices. But physically, he's in stock at Walmart right now. Take it easy, my friends. As always, happy Halloween.